GG! Alright, can we just end it now? Ladies and gentlemen, this is LagTV Plays with the Fans. I am Nova War.
And I'm MaximusBlack. I got sick opponent nubs, so I said, hey.
Now he wants to get killed.
I called out the best person on a feed of 800 people. This guy stepped up. He's a rank 13 master, and I'm a rank like 11 platinum.
This should go well.
I'm in a lot of trouble here.
This can only end well. I'm gonna close the door because your damn cat won't shut the hell up.
Great. He said that TVP is his weakest. Well, guess what? PVT is my weakest.
So it's gonna balance out.
It's gonna balance it out. Let's do it. I'm actually scared.
I don't blame you. I fully expect to see you get steamrolled.
Well, people out there said, you know, Jeff, I don't know if you have what it takes.
I don't remember that happening.
Okay, well. I'm trying to make this as epic as possible.
Yeah.
This is going to be the Terran putting a hurting on.
I do remember saying, Jeff, do you like rape?
Yup.
And then somebody else saying, do you like getting raped?
Yup.
As it turns out, yes. The answer is yes.
Alright, so Zolnaga is the map of choice.
This is one of my favorite maps.
Very basic. There's nothing crazy about it.
The major problem for you right now is that you're playing I don't know, other than the fact that you're playing a European Masters, is that he's a Terran, and there's so many choke points on this map that you might as well have picked, I don't know what.
I'm not even going to try cheesing him because it's not going to work.
Metalopolis would have been a better choice, I think. This is not going to go well. I'm excited. I'm excited to see this shit get real.
Yup.
This is going to be good. I also like how the first time in a million years you've hotkeyed your Nexus.
I always hotkey 1. Go look at any game I've ever played. Go on the channel. I don't know why you keep trying to hate on me, Adam. Keep trying to hate.
I only had to say one thing so far, and I've already got your voice levels going up. So much easier to get you angry. So much easier.
I'm not even gonna say anything.
Randomly, at some point in the map, you're gonna have an expansion. I'm gonna be like, a hotkey both your expansion and your main on 1, and then you can just press 1 and then press EE, and you can get 2 pro. It gets much better, much quicker. And you're gonna get like DT, and I'll be like, you can press the D key. You don't have to click it with your mouse. You can just press the D key.
Thank you, Adam.
And it's faster.
Yep.
You can just keep pressing D. Alright, so Jeff has a spy on his gateway. His assimilator is going down. He is going up to see what the Terran player is doing. I'm going to go to a limb and say he's probably got his ramp almost walled off at this point, and it's probably not going to look any different than any other Terran opening, unless this guy is so confident in the fact that he's a million times better that he's going to do something else. And look at that. He's even got, you're playing somebody at a higher level when he sticks his supply depot in between his base and his refinery, and then lowers it. That's when you know.
Whoa, what's going on here?
I believe that's the scientific name for that is called a bunker.
Wicked.
For you though, it's called the tool that is going to rape you.
Awesome.
But will he get? No, he won't. He takes off the SCV and runs away, saves the SCV, leaves behind most of a bunker, and now Bob is out and saying, what is this doing here? That's not supposed to block off the ramp. I'm supposed to block off the ramp.
Yes.
So he is getting rid of that bunker, slow but sure. Oh, look, we got one Marine. Oh, and the SCV saves just in time. Just a little bit of health left on that thing. Sourboat missing out on that kill opportunity. Down goes Jeff's pro boat there on the field, and now Mr. Black is walling up in a interesting curved thing.
Yep.
Which is essentially as weird as mine was in the last match. Are you gonna build like a highway for him?
I don't know what I'm gonna do, Adam. Right now I'm kind of panicking.
After seeing a bunker rush come down, Jeff is now shitting the bed a little bit, wondering what the hell he is going to do now that his opponent has had the balls to come down here and just plant a bunker right on his ramp. And we didn't see a second attempt at that, at least not up in the base right now, but maybe that's all he needed to do. Maybe he was just, trying to get a little bit of an economic advantage. When you are facing a Masters, he does have the ability to micro and macro at the same time quite well. Oh, remember Beta? With the last time these units were used, those Reapers. Well, he's back, and guess what? He's also pretty good at stop and shoot. Surprise! Oh, down goes one. Oh, but the Stalker's on the Steve. Steve is on the field. Steve is on the field. Oh! Steve. Hey, Jeff.
Yes.
Why don't you attack your base a little more?
Sure.
But down goes, or out of the base goes the Reaper. A bit of a failed attempt there, but you know what? It was enough to get Jeff worrying for a little bit and taking his mind off a little bit more from what he's actually trying to do, the task at hand. Down goes the expansion for Mr. Black with only Bob, Steve, the first sentry, and another stalker. A little scan going down, him seeing, all right, after all that harassment, how many units does he have? I'm assuming we might see a little bit of a push here from the Terran player fairly shortly. If not, if he's going to see he's so far ahead, he might just sit back and tech up, really, which isn't a terrible idea. For most players, I usually say, at Jeff's level and at my level and lower, if you're up against a Protoss player and you are a Terran, don't let the game go too far into the mid game because the death ball is really hard to deal with unless you were, unless you were really good at microing and macroing after the first major push. Otherwise, the Protoss death ball is followed up by endless gateway units, and you usually end up, or warp gate units, and you usually end up getting rolled towards the end. So I always suggest, try and harass the Protoss unit, Protoss base as much as possible, and force them to slow down their game. Otherwise, you can be in a little bit of trouble at the 10-12 minute mark and beyond. But right now, we're not seeing any more of the Terran at the moment. He is just simply taking his time doing his things. Oh, there he did show up. Poked his head in there between the fiery gates of hell, the tree line on this map, of course, and got rid of that proxy pylon. Jeff now getting out of his base, taking his units down here, I'm assuming just to hold up outside of the natural and do a little bit of defending, because I know he's not going to go up there and push with all those units that he just saw right there. It would be a terrible, terrible thing to go up there and try to attack, because it would just end terribly bad for him. And up comes the first Mac Hap, going to go up there and see if he can actually get more scouting information, because as of right now, Mr. Black doesn't have a whole lot of information at all. All he sees is exactly what he saw at the very beginning of the match, and nothing more. Down goes the Robotics Bay. So we are going to see some Colossi on the field, which is, of course, a very useful thing against Terran, especially if they're going to do Bio Ball. I'm on board, but I'm not 100% on board because we haven't scouted yet. I don't scout either, but if you're watching this and you want to think about it in that way, before you make a major tech move like that, you usually want to scout to see if they are doing something. You might go up there and find he's doing mech. You might go up there and find out he's got he's got a couple of starports, and he's probably going to have Valkyries. Not Valkyries. I'm still stuck in the 90s. Vikings, and then you want to be a little more cautious when getting those Colossi. But for right now, putting that down, at least making the move without having the information is still a pretty good idea, because for the most part, you're probably going to expect to see at least a fair number of barracks units coming out of the Terran player, because that's usually what they end up doing, at least for supporting roles. That's a lot of Marauders. So he's expecting a very stalker-heavy build, which, for the most part, it is fairly stalker and sentry intensive, but if a Colossus makes it out onto the field before this push makes it down the hill, which I'm not sure it would, even if it is chronoed, it'll be very close. That's not a great move. I do it all the time. It's one of my favorite transitions, good opening. Transition into supply blocking yourself is always nice.
I can survive this attack, though, if I use my force fields.
Yeah, you might lose your natural expansion.
No, I won't even, because I can block off this choke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you do have enough. You do have enough sentries. You might, sometimes I like to send Bob up ahead if I don't have somebody on there. There he is, right there, getting ready to come down. And there they are. Epic fail on that force field. Didn't quite get it, but he's got the force fields down at least. But that is too close for comfort. A lot of those Marauders now getting in there. There's going to be a lot of attack moving. I can tell it. This Masters guy's actually got that down. If you do attack move with Terran units, barracks units, they do actually attack faster than their normal animation, just by a fraction of a second, which can be a game changer towards the end. And a lot of those Marauders are going to move in and immediately start sniping out that Colossus. And 57 HP left on that Colossus, just enough. Down goes the Colossus, but it was enough. The probe saved the day, getting in there, getting the job done. And Mr. Black just barely survives that first little wave here. Gonna send his guys back to work, probing up again after losing a few probes in the first place. And back to square one for Mr. Black. Mr. Black, how are you feeling right now?
I felt pretty good about that. It was a good defend.
It was a pretty solid defend.
Damage.
Right in the middle of me, just about to say, I usually send Bob up to, that's not what you want to do. Send Bob up to one of the towers, or send him up just a little bit ahead so that you have more time when you spot him on the mini-map. Seeing it? There they are, right down. They are coming down the field. Another Colossus on the map for Mr. Black. That's going to be a big factor here in keeping him alive until Vikings appear on the field at any rate. And it will be probably enough to make this defense if it stays alive. He almost got rid of his Colossus immediately in that battle, but it just survived with 57 HP before getting taken out. Mr. Black getting very close to supply block scenario right now. Probably needs to get something else. Oh, that's not where you want. Oh, down goes.
Jeez.
Nothing but Marauders all day. Attack moving all day, all night. Down goes Probes and Bobs.
Oh my God,
and
man.
Colossus.
He just caught me right at the right.
He just caught Mr. Black with his pants down. Jeff could have walked in the door backwards with his pants down, bent over, because he just got completely rolled after getting caught off guard. Force field's going down haphazardly, just everywhere, just to try and slow down that attack move animation, but no dice. They get away, and Mr. Black is left with another hurt, crippled economy after that attack, and another loss of a 300-200 unit in that Colossus. That wasn't so hot.
That hurt. That one hurt.
That one hurt a little bit. I felt that right in the testes. That really did. It was a pinching feeling. It was not very comfortable whatsoever. It's unfortunate that happened. We're now getting
at just the right time too, man. All right, there's just like a non-stop wave of units.
Non-stop. He's probably got his expansion up. Oh, there is a massive amount of units there. Oh no, just a few in a turret. But there's going to be quite a sizable number. I have a feeling he's probably got his expansion. He's probably gone SimCity at this point. He might even get a couple of Valkyrie now. Probably just threw down one starport, I would have to assume, just to try and get some more support for those Colossus. But I don't even think he needs to do that because those Marauders tore that Colossus up.
Yeah.
Real bad. That went all the way bad for that Colossus. Even with Thermal Lance, it was just in a bad place at a bad time, and it just got stim shot down real quick. Still probing up is Mr. Black. Excuse me, wisely enough. Unfortunately, is supply blocked right now. After that last attack, a couple of pylons went down, and now he is forced to build a few more before he can continue production, which is not great, because at this point, he needs to be constantly building units at all times if he's going to, survive another attack. Now getting Speed Lot upgrade, which is a very smart move. We got another bunch of Marauders and a couple of medevacs now coming down the map. Those medevacs split off from the main group. Does that mean it's going to be a drop? It might be a drop. It might be a split attack. Down goes a couple of Marauders. Probably going to do a little bit of pylon sniping. After these stalkers go down, he'd be wise to get out, get as much damage as done, get up into those, and get out of there. But he's going to stick around. He is just surviving by sheer will at this point. But he's also attacking the natural base right now of Mr. Black. It is completely melted. All of those Marauders did terrible damage to that base. Completely wiped it off the map as that two-pronged attack went down. The medevacs get the heck out of there. They survive. A couple of Marauders bite the dust, but that was definitely a great trade-off there for the Terran player. No question about that. Can't remember his name. AiJintetsu, I think is his name. But melted are all those units. Too many Marauders, too much stim, too much concussive shells. GG! Down goes the mighty Mr. Black. Down goes the mighty Mr. Black.
Some really bad Colossus play. Well, he just got me at the just right times. Just really good at focus fire in those Colossus, and it just killed me the whole game.
An attack moving Terran that knows how to do that well is really difficult to deal with unless you are equally as good with microing on your end. But
I want a rematch.
He wants a rematch.
I want a rematch. So we're gonna end this here, and then we're gonna do another game right after it.
Okay then.
So this was MaximusBlack
and Nova War.
Peace out.
Peace.